welcome to episode 22 of the Zeens and Roger Crochet vlogcast. I'm Rosina. How are you? Happy New Year! It's 2018. Did you enjoy your shenanigans over the last couple of weeks? Do you know, I'm quite glad it's over. It's nice to start afresh, isn't it? And just, I love it. And also I love the chaos of Christmas, and I love what happens and New Year's and all of that, but once it's over I'm quite relieved to get back to normal. So this is what this is, we're back to normal. Let's talk crochet, shall we? I will start on for a crochet vlogcast. I'm just going to do one non-crochet thing, okay, and that is to my sister. I'm very sorry that I didn't mention that your nudity was in fact sophisticated and very tasteful. It was black and white and there was no full frontal. It was not gratuitous in the slightest. It was very sophisticated, so apologies. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, then I talked about something last episode about Christmas card design, actually. So yeah, sorry. But yeah, so that's that. Crochet next, yeah. I will just mention that over, I don't know, I think even on Christmas Day I was tinkering with this. I have released the Geo rainbow blanket, the C2C blanket that I made for Inside Crochet magazine last year. The pattern is, I don't know, let's have a look. It's 11 pages, including this page, which I never put a number on. So yeah, but it's 11 pages, including that. It's got all the gubbins about notes, written pattern. I've written it in a way, I don't know if you can see that, where each line of each of the blanket has been written out so that you can follow the pattern that way, if you know what I mean. So for example, one row says you have to make 1 block of spearmint, 7 of mustard, 1 of sky blue, 7 of wash teal, etc. if you were to choose to do it in that way, which I understand that some people do. I don't do it that way, but I know that there are people out there that do, so I did decide to do that. And then also the chart itself is there, and there's photographs and stuff, chart, and like how to do a C2C, colour changes, decreasing a rectangle gubbin, and this is my rough copy, and I have made a load of changes since I did this, but I always print one out after I've tinkered a lot and written it and stuff. Print it out. I like to see it on paper. I work better that way. That's on Ravelry. I put it up once and I didn't attach it to the original what's the word? I can't think of the original pattern that's on there that the magazine guys put up there and attached my name to. I couldn't work out how to attach it to that, so I had to do a separate entry for it, and I did that and got a flurry of sales and little hearts and stuff like that and lots of visitors, and I was like, woohoo, this is great. It's always nice when you see sort of that confirmation that people like the work. And then within 2 hours Ravelry had emailed me and said, we've deleted that, you can't have it up because the name of that pattern already exists. It's like, well, it exists because it's attached to that magazine, and that I couldn't upload the pattern to attach it to that. I was struggling. Very frustrations. So frustrating. But I did manage in the end, in a roundabout way. I've no idea how I did this. I did manage to upload a PDF and attach it to the original magazine Ravelry pattern page thingy doodah. But because that's been up for 6 months, no flurry, no nothing, no sales. So that has annoyed me about Ravelry. I don't like the fact that I can't navigate it very well, and I don't like the fact that it means that nobody's going to view it as a new pattern, and I'm not going to see, nobody's going to find it easily. I don't know the answer to that, other than just lump it. I'm not sure. The next thing is Granny is a go-go. We are go-go Granny. We are Granny along grateful. But yeah, I am absolutely chuffed to bits that all of you, or 95% of you, 99% of you are saying, yeah, a granny along is a fab idea. So thank you so much. Honestly, I was well happy. So I thought maybe the 1st of February to mid-March or something we could do a granny cal. I'm going to write a blog post with all like the extra info you need in the next week or two. And I've asked my husband to design a little little picture logo type thing that we can share on Instagram. I thought that would be a really nice idea, because he did illustration at university many moons ago, and I would like him to draw a picture of Gran. I'm not sure what the what the design should be. I'll keep it simple, but I thought that might be a nice idea to do. I have already on Pinterest I've got a board for granny stitches, and I got carried away and started pin. Like within the space of 5 minutes, I think I'd pinned 100 pictures of granny crochet things. I reckon the only rule is going to be that it must be granny stitch, and you can make whatever the blazes you like, with whatever yarn you like, with as big as you like, as small as you like, whatever. There is so much stuff out there that you can make, sort of make in via a granny. You can granify anything, I'm sure. This morning I added a couple more because I saw some granny stitch socks. Amazing. I'm not a sock maker though, but I know a lot of you are, so if you fancy doing a granny sock, I can't imagine them being very comfortable, but they look good. So I'll write a blog post so that that I can put all information up there. But I think probably what I'll do is, rather than what I'll do is it will be done via Ravelry, so that there'll be, as standard, a chatter thread and a finished object thread where there's no talk. So I'll set that up nearer the time. As for prizes, I'm afraid that it's slim pickings right now, because it will be patterns by yours truly. Because I don't really have, I don't have nothing. I was going to say, I think as a cal thingy, prizes should be legit prizes, not something I've rummaged through my stash to find. So I hope that's all right, that it is pattern PDFs as opposed to anything else. But by all means, if you're watching and you have something you'd like to donate as a prize, then give me a shout. But I'd like to do a prize for like my favourite one. I know most people do prizes. I will do randomly chosen from both threads, and I might do one I'll do one from Instagram as well, and then I want to do just my favourite finished object. I want to do my favourite one as well, because nobody ever does that, do they? It's just like, oh, I want to. Which one I like the best, like without any kind of judgment, without that sounds stupid, of course I'll be judging. Sorry. Without any, just because I like it, basically, not for any other reason. Sorry, made myself go pink. So yes, but thank you for your enthusiasm. Honestly, so that's the dehumidifier. It always beats because it's such a small dehumidifier, and it drives me potty that I have to empty that thing at least once a day. Stupid dehumidifier. I told my husband it was too small, but would he listen? No. I was going to talk about 2017, wasn't I? I was thinking about doing a review. I just don't want to right now. I'm not sure the benefit of it right now to look back at what I've done. I know what I've done, sort of, and I'm happy with that. I'm not sure, I don't particularly look at past things and then see what I can change for the future so consciously. It is what it is. So I'm too lazy to do a review. I don't want to do that. Look, I've already recorded this once and I can't remember. Did I tell you that? No, I don't think I did. I talked about it in the first go, but I don't think I've done it in the second go. But I've got no finished objects to show you at all, and only one whip. It's slim pickings. Slim pickings. I did a crochet item last week and it's a secret. I made it and wrote up the pattern and sent it off, and I will talk about that in about 6 weeks or so. But it's a good one. I'm really happy with how it turned out. When you design something and it looks exactly like it did in your head, it's just a big tick, isn't it? Quite often I have many disasters and many "it doesn't look right" kind of moments, and to get a good one makes it all worthwhile. I will talk about it another time, but I'm well happy. And then I've got so that was what, that's a commission, and then I've just got another 2 I think this morning, certainly 1, and I'll start that next week and talk about that probably in 11 weeks time, and then I'll see about another commission, sort of a semi-commission I think is going to go ahead. But it's needless to say, I'm super excited about them, really excited about them. I'm feeling quite positive today. Yay! But yeah, as for whips and stuff, like literally it's this. This was my One Skein Wonderland Cal entry. And I did cast it on Christmas Eve. I literally did about that much of a cuff on Christmas Eve, just to say that I had cast on Christmas Eve. So it was legit. And I then sort of have done little bits here and there. These were the photographer's mitts or whatever they were called, and I hate them. It's a strong word. I don't hate them. The cuff technique I really like. It's a really good one, and I think that I will use it in future. It's a funny old slip stitch rib that is very peculiar, and from the written pattern I was just like, what does that mean? But luckily the designer had an accompanying video which made everything clear, and it's I think the rib works well. It's not got much elasticity though, but it's got a good look. However, I made the correct amount of rows, which was 26, but this is 30, and I'm still kind of like, you know, forcing it on. Once it's on, it's okay, but as I said, there's no elasticity, so it's just sort of like, I'm not sure. So that was like a bit of a strike against it really, because I had to do 30 rows, not 26. and I don't know if that, and I didn't know if that would affect the pattern. I won't ever find out because I'm frogging this. I do not like the waistcoat stitch, as it turns out. I think it's got potential. I think it looks good, but I'm not sure. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera today, sorry. I think that if you want something to look like it's knitted, just knit it. I'm not. It was too fiddly to put the hook between the V of the stitch below. Each stitch is to sort of like push in, wrap it round, and do it. That is too long for one stitch. I'm not having it. I just can go blip, 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 blip. That's how I like to crochet. It's too long. And then, yeah, my little lovely flecks of colour that worked beautifully on the cuff and were nicely and sporadically distributed have started to pull here and are not featuring on any of the rest of the glove. And so I know what would happen. It would just be a line that went like that and I wouldn't be happy. So I'm getting rid. I don't like them. It's so sad though. I'm just so cross. Well, I'm not cross, but life's too short to, it would take me years. It wouldn't take me years. It would take me an awfully long time to make them. And also, it's the one skein Wonderland cowl is a one skein Wonderland cowl. I've only got one skein, and I sort of read the pattern a bit more thoroughly, and I'm not sure one skein would do it. Bit of a disaster all round, really. So I might see if I think I have found what I deem to be an easy knitting pattern, and I will give that a go. I know I'll put it off for a while because I know that it's a first time thing. Anytime I do something for the first time, I can talk myself out of doing it for weeks before I actually sit down and go, just start, just do it. I'm one of those, a procrastinator. So yeah, it does feel a little bit, it's a very strange, it's not just a slip stitch. You kind of have to yarn over and then you slip stitch through 2 loops, not 1. But it does create this interesting sort of definition on the chains. Because I don't have much on the go at the minute, I've written a list of things I want to do. I mean, I've always got a list on the go, but I've written a very specific list of about, I don't know, 5 things that are there. Things for me with no agenda, with no sort of, no design work, no commissions, no nothing. It's just because I want to. And that is, I want to make a tweed skirt, crochet. And I found it in a book I've got downstairs. And when I start that, whenever that will be, I'll show you the book then. But it looks like a good skirt, and I'd like to do that sort of in the next couple of months. I would like to make another bag with wooden handles, just because. I would like to knit these wrist warmers, and I would like, for the granny cowl, I'm thinking about making a project bag. Because I got some wool for Christmas. And then I might make some shawls just because as well, but I usually like to do those as designs, so that's not purely self-indulgent. But those 4 things are. And what I want to do with the granny, for the granny little project bag, I thought about doing lots of little granny squares and attaching them together and just having like a little pouch type thing. But these are the colours, because I'll move on to talk about what I got for Christmas. And what I got for Christmas from my other sister, not the nudie sister, is some wool from Blacker Yarns, and it's 100% British wool is all it says, I think. And it's woolen spun, so it's quite coarse. Although for woolen spun, not like mega coarse. But I thought it would make a good bag. It's a double knit. I think it's made in Cornwall. And yeah, this one is forest green, natural fleece colour, grey, and mustard. And I think they go quite nicely together. It's nice to have the colours chosen for me. It would make a good colour block jumper, wouldn't it? Ha ha! Another good granny project. But as you know, I'm not going there anytime soon. So that's that. So that'll be a fun thing, and that'll be one entry into the, well, I won't, you know, officially enter it, but that'll be my first project for the granny cow. Whether or not I do more, I don't know. I've got some ideas, so we don't know. So I got those for Christmas from my sister. From my sister-in-law, I got 2 sausages of Karen's Simply Soft, which is acrylic. I've used it before, made a hat out of it once, and it's weird because it kind of feels like cotton, but it's squeaky cotton. But I have no idea what I'm going to do with 2 yellow thingamies of this. Blanket? Do you think I could do probably a small baby blanket with 2 of these, couldn't I? I've got some other colours somewhere, because I got some to make some mittens last year and never finished them. Which actually I must finish because I like that pattern a lot. I'll get it out one day and show you. But I don't think I've made much more progress than those mitts. Like literally it was the cuff and a little bit of starty. So I've got those with no idea as yet, but that doesn't matter, does it? It's not going to go anywhere. From my mother-in-law, I got this Croft Shetland tweed from West Yorkshire Spinners. Again, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it can just sit happily amongst my stash. I thought maybe a hat, and I thought maybe I could do a contrast with a brim and a pom-pom if I've got enough brown Aran that do you remember when I made my wrist warmers from the West Yorkshire Spinners stuff, Massasomak. Those mitts, I think I might have enough left over, and that's Aran, this is Aran. I could do like a contrasting brim and pom-pom with that, and then have this turn this into a hat, but I'm not sure yet. And then I took part in two Secret Santas, one on Instagram and one via my blog. And I won't show you everything I got because you don't need to look at packets of hot chocolate and marshmallows and stuff, or lipstick or any of those things, but needless to say, I've got lots of, there were some goodies and stuff that arrived. I'll just show you the yarny things. From one person, from my blogging Secret Santa, they had made a bauble by presumably covering the bauble in glue and then wrapping a load of yarn around the bauble and then sticking 2 mini knitting needles in it, which I thought was a really cute idea. We've put all our Christmas decorations away now. I'm going to have to keep this out for like 360 days or however long. You could get a little mini crochet hook, couldn't you, and make loads of those. From the same person, I got these some, I think these are 10-gram minis. So I'll probably have to save these for next year so I can do something Christmassy with these. Again, I don't know what, but it's just, it's like nice to have little, they look like little wiggly worms. So I'm quite happy about those. And again, I got this, which is a brioche cowl. It's knitted, but it's given me ideas. And they said, the person that sent it to me said they wanted to keep it, so I'm very lucky to have received it. It's very squishy. I've never touched brioche before. So, and I've got lots of other bits as well. So I thought that was quite a good little present to get. And I haven't sort of said thank you to them yet. I was waiting to take photographs and write a blog post, and I just haven't got around to anything yet. I'm just so behind with the writing of things at the minute. Anyway, my other Secret Santa was from Instagram, and I opened that on Christmas Eve, and it was really exciting because I got a super duper scarf, which I love and I've been wearing. I've abandoned all my crochet neck jobbies and I've been wearing this everywhere. It's from made from Wool in the Gang's Crazy Sexy Wool, which I've worked with before, so I know it's fun to work with. But it just goes with everything I've got at the minute. I'm going to put my cardi on actually. It's a good combo. Not to mention the fact that I am getting a bit chilly. I'm upstairs today because the children are still off. Did I say that? Please go back to school. I'll miss them when they're gone, won't I? They're being very good. So this is me, what I'm usually like every day, just like snuggly. So I got this, and then I got two 20-gram mini skeins. I don't know what the other ones were. I'm assuming they're some sort of merino mix, but there's no label. Whereas these ones are Vicky Brown designs, which in itself is pretty cool because I've always fancied myself some Vicky Brown yarn. It's 4-ply sock yarn, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. This one is my favourite. This one's quite Christmassy. I don't think it will go with the other stuff. I haven't even checked. No, it kind of does, kind of. I might have to add this one into my long story, which I must pick up soon, because I haven't. The long story, I know what I want to do with it, and I must make a start. I think I'll make enough changes that it will be all right again, and I'll get myself back on track. Maybe I could do that this week. Not this week, next week. I think those are my Christmas goodies, and I think that's not a bad haul. I'm quite pleased with that, especially I think ultimately it was this little collection that did it for me. I was like, my favourite things for Christmas. And I do like the blacker stuff because I like a bit of blacker yarns. I do like natural yarn as well as the snazzy. That's it, I think. I've got to go. I've got to do everything super quick because we're going out tonight, so I can't mess about on the computer this evening like I normally would. But doing all the editing, I've got to go and do it in a minute, same time as cooking tea. Juggle. I'm going to see Star Wars at the Pictures. We don't normally go to the Pictures very often because of the children and whatnot. It's a bit of a luxury. The last time we went was Rogue One. So that's a whole year, isn't it? But this year I want to go again because I want to go and see Ready Player One. Got the book over there somewhere. It's very good. That comes out in a couple of months, isn't it? Anyway, I think that is it. Yeah. Doopy doopy doo 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 doo. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your enthusiasm for the granny along. Any names? Can you think of a name? We must come up with a name that's more... I can't use the one that I said last time because the connotations aren't very pleasant. So far all I can think of is like go granny, which isn't rubbish. I'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Cheerio. Bye bye.